Welcome, everybody, to Wesam's World. Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Adobe Radio. If you're listening live right now on Adobe Radio, you should tweet at us because we tweet back. Or you can Instagram something, tag us in there, and then we'll respond back to that. It's at WesamKeish for Instagram and Twitter. And for our Twitter handle, it's at Wesams_world. And for the podcast, it's at Wesam's World, no underscore. So tweet at us. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you're having fun. Tell us if you disagree with us. That's part of the fun of doing this show, the live interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Also, big things for Adobe Radio right now. We got billboards in Times Square. Did you see these things?
Oh, they were in Times Square?
Yeah. No, not the ones for Fishkin and Brett.
Oh,
but
okay.
The ones they're like massive, like 3 or 4 stories tall in Times Square. So congratulations, Adobe.
Damn.
We moving up. Yeah, we moving up.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look great too, and they're huge.
Yeah.
Massive. We have an exciting show today because we finally saw Mortal Kombat over the week. And spoiler alerts are coming up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Spoiler alerts are coming up. So if you haven't seen it yet, you're warned. But if you haven't and you still want to listen to the show, trust me, you're not going to be disappointed. Maybe not. Maybe.
It depends. Depends on who you are.
Yeah. My voice is very deep this morning, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
And I feel very neutral in my energy.
Okay.
Water heater broke.
Yeah.
And the plumber, which, by the way, was the classic plumber whenever he was checking in on it, his pants came down, saw his butt crack. I have pictures of it.
Classic. You took pictures
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, my God.
I could not take pictures.
What if he's listening to the show? Huge fan.
Huge fan. I doubt he listens to the show because he was super nice, and I think he was Armenian, and he was trying to talk to me in Armenian. Side note, I'm not Armenian, and I don't know the Armenian language. So I looked at him, and he was like, saying something, and I go, yeah, man, I don't understand what you're saying. That's literally what I said to him. And then he goes, water heater, how old? Old. And I'm like, I don't know. I've been here for 5 years. It was here for a while. And then he's like checking. He goes, 2006. And I was like, all right, man. I don't know. It's okay. It's 2006. Mm-hmm. Why isn't it the pilot light not working? And then he was like, we have to replace the whole thing in very broken English. And I was like, all right. He tried to get it that day, and then I have to wait till a few days from now to get it. It's fine. I'm used to cold showers, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah, you said you don't like them, though.
Yeah, whatever makes you feel better about the situation.
I mean, what am I going to do, though?
Cry.
Yeah, that's, you know me. I mean, at this point, man, after all the shit that happened this past week,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit anymore.
Okay.
And you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. And guess what? None of our viewers are going to know what we're talking about.
That's right. Not until later.
Not until later.
Mm-hmm.
Not until, yes. Not until later. Later. Maybe a year from now. Hoping it's a year from now. Who knows?
Wait, are we talking about the same thing at this point now? I don't know anymore.
Good.
Okay.
No one knows except for me.
Shit.
Bro. Yeah. No, I don't like when crazy stuff like that happens now. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right. I'm living the analogy that I made up of what I think life is.
Yeah.
Which is an ultra marathon. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're running through green fields. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's drizzling. Sometimes it's nice and cloudy, and there's a little bit of sun, and it's wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Other times you're in a desert. Other times you're in a jungle. Other times you get smacked in the face with a branch. And what are you going to do when you're running and a branch just falls down and smacks you on the face? Are you going to stand there and yell at the branch?
I'm going to cry.
All right.
That's the theme for this episode. Just give up and cry.
Yeah?
Yeah. Talk to my wife about your shoes. today, and she thought it was
Okay.
the best thing in the world.
Thank
Because I'm
you.
thinking about you, like you're very passionate about when there's an apocalypse,
Yes.
and I'm stuck here with my laces. That is my fate. I am going to die because I have laces on my shoes.
Yes.
And yeah, she loved how passionate you were about these shoes. It took me forever to find them online, by the way. I didn't know what to punch in on Google.
Yeah.
I was trying to find an image, so I was like, shoe wires with gear.
Yep.
Shoe, and I still don't know what to call them.
Listen, this is going to be the clip.
Okay.
These shoes, all right?
Yeah.
These shoes are from Cameron Haynes, okay? He's
Okay.
an ultra marathon runner,
Yes.
master bow hunter, okay?
Oh, damn.
And what I love about them is literally the simplicity of these.
Mm-hmm.
You just push it in and it tightens it this way.
Yeah.
All right? And that's it. That's all I need.
Shoe
And
wire with gears.
there you go. And it's sturdy. It's light. Dude, it's so freaking light. And then, boom, I just unbuckle it. I have 2 pairs of these. One is for my actual running on trails and just running in general. And one's my day-to-day because I like how quickly I can put it on and take it off. By the way, my brothers constantly make fun of me for wearing these shoes because they don't think it's like stylish. It doesn't match like some of my outfits.
Yeah.
And you know what I say to them? I don't care. I don't care, William or Daniel. You know why? Because I'm ready for the apocalypse, like
right.
Peyton said and his
right.
wife said. Oh, dude, I'll remember when the apocalypse happens. And you're like, wait for me, I gotta tie my shoes. No, no, and then you're dead. That's the sound they make.
Crank those gears.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll make that the clip or not. To be honest with you,
We'll see.
we'll see if it looks
See,
good.
something might be better.
Something might be better. Pops up later. Hey, homeless problem in LA is getting way out of hand.
Yeah.
Way out of hand.
Yeah.
You know who I'm most angry at?
Who?
The people okaying these large apartment buildings
Yes.
for billions of dollars
Yes.
in the art district. Did you see this new one?
Which one? There's probably
Right? There's a bunch.
Yeah.
There's a new one. They're putting in a couple $1 billion
Okay.
into downtown arts district.
Okay.
Building this like really fancy art apartments and like shopping center. And I'm
Yeah.
like, have you been to the arts district downtown? It's like right next to Skid Row. Are you freaking
It's not a
kidding me?
great place. I don't know what billionaire would choose to live downtown,
And they're
in my
probably-
opinion.
Right? And they're going to charge $3-4 grand
Yeah.
for each apartment at least
Yeah.
a month. And who's affording these things? How many rich people like they're making the first of all, they're making the rich versus poor distance gap bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It's really hard to be middle class. Just hey, I
There's
just wanna be
no
comfortable.
neutral ground with the apartments.
Nothing.
It's either too, I don't want to say too cheap, but like it's fucking like a terrible place, or it's the fucking
Right.
$5,000 a month.
So if you make like $100 grand a year, okay, after taxes and everything, and you find a decent apartment for like $2,100, $2,200,
Yeah.
that's still like 22, like over 20% of your yearly growth, like your profits during the year go
Yeah.
to just your rent. That's insane. Over if you're making $100 grand, not to mention when taxes get taken out, you're left with 70 maybe, right? 70 grand. Okay, all right. Well, there goes there goes what? Maybe I'm left with like 45, 46.
Yeah.
What?
Like 3 people have moved out of my apartment in like the past 2 months.
Really?
Yeah. And there's only 12 of us.
Unbelievable.
They're just leaving. And I don't know what the reason behind leaving is, but I know LA is losing a bunch of citizens. People are just leaving.
Why would you want to live here?
I know.
In all honesty, especially
yeah.
after this.
This place sucks.
It sucks big time. Sucks big time. And then now the police force isn't prosecuting anybody who trespasses. So somebody could literally trespass or even like go into your apartment or anything like that. And if this is the caveat. If they're under any type of drugs, whether it be methamphetamine, cocaine, even marijuana, or under the influence of any sort of alcohol or anything like that, they won't be prosecuted because they weren't in their right mind when they did it. How insane is that law?
Okay, so I'm going to go break into a mansion. And then when I see the cops are outside, I'm just going to go, oh, shit.
Yep.
That's how you do it, by the way. So quick.
So quick.
So quick.
Also, it wouldn't work because you're supposed to do it before you get in there, remember?
But like, they won't know.
Worst criminal.
They won't know.
They'll know.
Mm-mm.
You just told us. You just told us, Peyton. You're the worst criminal ever, man.
Shoot. We'll bleep this part out for when I go break into a billionaire's mansion next week.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, man, I don't know about this town. I don't know how long I want to stay here now. And also, I need to work soon.
Yeah.
And that's not working out so great. Fuck, man. Yeah, I'm just tired of it. You know what I'm also tired of?
What?
Scheduling in general.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. But
Right.
when you got a schedule of things for the show, it
Yeah.
just gets a little annoying.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Especially when a guy comes and fucks the schedule up. Talking about, yeah.
Talking about Jonte. No, I'm kidding. Hey, are we almost at the break time?
We got 10 minutes.
We got 10. Wait, we already did the intro?
Oh, yeah, shoot. I forgot. My bad. Yeah, we're at that mark.
All right. When we come back, guess what? Peyton and I are going to go into Mortal Kombat Annihilation heavy, okay?
Not Annihilation, but...
Oh, did I say Annihilation?
Yeah.
Oh, losing my damn mind. Mortal Kombat, the new one that just came out. Stay tuned! Real quick, we were just setting up right now, but Peyton was really passionate about surveys here. Peyton?
Yes, so I went to the Disneyland reopening yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm partially vaccinated. Sue me. So do it. And they sent me a survey like, how was your trip? And everything. And it's just always been, do not send me a survey if I do not get like a coupon or something out of the end of it. Okay, because why else am I going to do the survey?
Fair.
McDonald's has it figured out. Do your survey. It's like you get a free burger with your next meal.
What?
Yeah,
That's a pretty good deal.
on like every receipt. Like do the survey. We give you a code. Do that. You get a free thing. All right, for doing the survey.
Wow. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
That's like a free meal.
yeah. They just want feedback, and it's like if you want me to take the time to give you feedback, I need to get something in return.
Yeah. You know what's very annoying? Whenever you're calling a company about a problem and you're trying to get a hold of a real person, and then they're like, hey, at the end of this phone call, give us a survey. And I'm like, hey, we haven't even solved my problem yet.
Yeah.
Don't tell me to do something. Don't tell me to do something. You see how guttural I got there?
Yeah.
That's from a real place of hate.
Damn. That was Sony recently for me.
Oh, yeah?
I had to get through like 5 robots before I got to a real person. And then during all of them, it's like in the middle of each robot, please let us know how we did. Please stick around at the end of this phone call for a quick survey. And then the real guy I talked to, he was a great guy, so I did stick around for at the end to say he did a good job, but...
See, the people in charge of making that voice memo have no idea, like, they don't call with problems to call centers, it feels like. Because if you're frustrated, the last thing you want to hear is someone saying, hey, stick around after the phone call. Hey, you want me to waste more of my time
Yeah.
to help your company that's already fucking me? What kind of person are you? Are you the
Yeah.
devil? Are you the devil?
Maybe. Depends on the company.
Hey, let's talk about Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
All right, for the viewers, for the listeners, if you're new, we have been going over this Mortal Kombat trailer now for the past few weeks, arguing about it.
Mm-hmm.
And Peyton said it would be goofy.
Yeah.
I said that's the wrong choice of words.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be very entertaining. At the end of the day, there was a common ground met in the middle.
There was.
And the film is very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing slightly, I would say, cheesy is some of the dialogue.
Yeah.
However, overall, I was very happy with the film.
I was very happy with the film, too. Yeah.
It was popcorn summer movie,
Yeah.
entertaining, bloody. What a Mortal Kombat film should be at its peak.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
like it's a fun, entertaining film.
Right.
That's all it is. And you know what? I had a blast watching it.
Oh, yeah. No. Such a fun movie.
One of the coolest things I liked about it, and I was very impressed with, I guess I should say the thing I was most impressed about the film was the fact that the fight scenes held up to 2021 standards, which is very high.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad they did that because I was like, hey, it's martial arts is so prevalent now.
Yeah.
We got kids on Instagram doing like 3 flips at once, and like kicking twice in the air. And you're like, what? If you saw that in 1999, you would have been like, this guy is like a demon or something like that.
Yeah.
But now, like, a lot of people are doing it. Man, and it stuck with it. It was so fun, really engaging. That opening sequence.
That was my favorite part of the movie, was the first 10 minutes.
He's a good actor. The guy who plays Scorpion, the old Scorpion in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very intense fight sequences. What's any part about the film that stood out to you that you were like, man, I really like this moment? Other than
I liked the Kano actor stole the show, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Another problem I had with the film, because when I was done, I went and watched like the guys who review movies that I watch, and I watched all of them. All of them were talking about, and we brought it up a little bit, they all felt like it was edited heavily down. Like, stuff was missing from the film. Like, I feel like this was supposed to be like a 2-hour and 30-minute film. And then the studio came and like just took 40 minutes out of it because it felt so fast. Felt like we were just kind of plowing through the story.
Right.
And I just felt like there were key things that were missing. Here's one of the spoiler things. That bird lady thing. She's literally introduced like 10 minutes ago, and then she's dead.
Right.
Like, that was so rushed. I feel like we're just missing scenes. I'm curious when like it comes out on home release. And I just feel like there's going to be so many deleted scenes included. I'm going to watch all of them and be like, why wasn't this in the film?
Right. Now, do you think you would have enjoyed them if they were? Enjoyed the film even more?
I felt like, it left me wanting a little bit more.
I kind of agree and disagree with you there. I didn't really I thought like, oh yeah, that played. Like, you think it's going to be like this epic fight scene.
Yeah.
And what they made was like that Kung Lao character flawless victory.
Yeah.
He tore her in half.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Yeah, it was very shocking. Kano, the actor, was great.
Yeah.
I wish they focused in a little bit more on the relationship with the modern day Scorpion.
Yeah.
And when you watch the film, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because here's my solution to this, in my humble opinion. They should have had him working like 2 jobs where he gets beat down mentally at the job, so that way he's providing for his girl and their kid, or his sister, whoever that little girl was. I don't even remember. But does that make sense? So not only is he getting beaten down physically, but he's also getting beaten down mentally at his workplaces where he's being demeaned and everything like that. And so that's why it's hard for him to not tap out, or hard for him to overcome those things. And then you would have cared for him more, because it's like, oh, he's a really good guy. He's trying to just provide for his family. He just keeps getting beat up everywhere he goes. I felt that would have created a more connection with that character, but it was still good. It wasn't clear at one point for me how they just left. He left his family.
He left his family. He pulls up to like their little secret base, and his family's in the car. He hops over a fence in the car. and then we just never see the family again.
Yeah, I thought I missed something. I thought I wasn't paying attention or something.
That's
Hey,
what I'm saying. I feel like just stuff was snipped out. Like,
I agree.
They're
I
like,
agree.
it can't be 2 hours. It cannot be a 2-hour film. And it's like, why?
Right.
Films are 4 hours now. Like, no one will care.
Right. What I loved is how they explained how people got their powers in the film. So if you were born with this dragon mark, you were then able to acquire through trials and tribulations your special unique power that is only unique to you. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like somehow the elder gods had placed that into their universe.
And then if you kill someone with like the dragon mark,
It
transfers it, because that's how Kano got it. And I was like, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
And then, spoiler, when I forgot her name, when she kills Kano, transfers to her. I love that.
Yeah. I just wish she found her super quick, which I was like,
She did. She was on screen and she's like, I did it. And it's like, good for you. How'd you do that?
yeah, how exactly did you do that? Yeah. I think there should have been like a fight scene right after that where she like channels into it so you see what she can do with it, because then you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, great film.
Made me buy the video game.
Oh, what'd you think?
I went and got Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah?
I think it's great.
It's a very detailed storyline, if you noticed.
I haven't started the campaign yet.
Oh, okay.
I've just been practicing because there's a lot to take in the fighting in that game. So many buttons to push and so many.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Can I just recommend something?
Yeah.
If you can find the YouTube videos of the campaigns for Mortal Kombat, the previous ones, that way you kind of have an idea what's going on in 11.
Okay.
Because 11 gets so confusing, and they do a lot of callbacks
Good.
to 10 and 9.
Good.
So it'll help clear things up for you before you start the campaign.
Yes.
Just as a warning.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like somebody trying to start Assassin's Creed now. They'd be so confused.
Actually, I disagree.
The latest one, the Viking one? You think they won't be confused?
Aren't they just kind of own their own unique storylines?
No.
No?
It's too far ahead now.
The story in Assassin's Creed, anyway.
It's very convoluted.
Yeah.
Very confusing. It's very detailed, and there's a lot of holes that still haven't been answered.
Yeah. That will probably never be answered, and that's okay.
I feel like they have been, but they're in those little like texts.
Yeah.
Like those little pieces of paper you find, and they just explain it really quickly. I'm
not going to go read the pieces of paper.
Yep. Because they're like so long.
Yeah.
They're like a chapter of a book.
Yeah. To wrap up Mortal Kombat, I still think it's goofy. In such a good way.
I thought the dialogue was cheesy, maybe
Yeah.
a little goofy, but not the movie.
Oh, yeah, the movie was still goofy. And I was so happy. I was scrolling through YouTube, and I came across this. Let me explain the YouTube channel. 800,000 subscribers. 4 days ago, upload a video called Mortal Kombat 2021 is goofy fun. And I went, he gets it. He gets it. And if movie execs are like, fuck that guy, for me thinking a movie is goofy and entertaining, that's a fucking industry I don't want to work for. Because how up your own ass can you be if you cannot say my movie's a little silly?
Silly and goofy are not the right words.
Merriam-Webster Dictionary. I looked it up. In the definition of goofy is silly.
I still think those are the incorrect words to describe the film that we saw together.
Well, I got an army of 800,000 people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And just because they're large numbers, that means they're correct, Peyton?
Yes. Because I am standing by this. Mortal Kombat was a goofy film. It was a goofy, fun movie.
Yeah. What's it like being you? Wrong.
Damn. Not that. Passionate about this.
No.
I won't say that name right now.
Hey!
But I can't talk about him.
Were you asleep during the first viewing?
Mm-mm.
I don't know who I'm angry at more, you or him.
It better be him.
Jesus.
'Cause
We have a friend, okay? For those of you wondering what we're talking about. Before we even saw the film, he was very pressed on having a certain opinion about it.
yeah.
And then he as well, a sheep like you, posted
I think
a
sheep's
review.
the wrong word because I said from the beginning, I think it's going to be goofy. So if anything, I'm the fucking leader of this army.
Dumb army. Goofy ass army. That's what your
Damn.
army is. Goofy army with shoelaces and you all trip up on each other and die.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had this friend. He had a very hard opinion about the film.
Very hard opinion.
And went to war against Peyton and everyone about the film. Went to war. Now, he's not here to defend himself, but when he comes back on the show at some point, we're going to talk about it with him. And I'm hoping it's a guys' night episode.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm scheduling that because everybody will have the vaccine soon.
Yes.
And this individual texts us the next day, the next morning. May I read the? I need to
Go
read
for
it
it.
word for word on how
It's
insane this is.
Beautiful. Because he put so much thought and care into this text message.
All right, ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it wasn't the morning of Monday. It was at 3:56 p.m. Confession, by the way. This is out of nowhere. Confession. I was going in and out of sleep the first time watching MK. Don't know why I had such strong reactions. Just finished it, and honestly, I liked it. I retract what I said before.
After going to war, saying the movie was trash.
You guys were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And when I read that message, he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have typed it. He should have just stuck with it and just kept it in his heart that he thought the film was good. Mm-hmm. Because now, every time he tells me what his opinion is about a film, I'll be like, "Oh, were you asleep?
Were you awake?
Were you awake or were you asleep during this one?" Because that'll affect the opinion. He was going in and out of sleep, and he kept going, "I don't get the story." Well, of course not. You were going in and out of sleep. Oh my gosh. So funny. Dude, that made me so happy.
I'm so
Seriously?
angry. So angry that night. Like, in a good way. Like, I love having conversations like that with people.
Right.
I love having debates about films. It's one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah.
Because I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
And that is something when I watch a film, and in the end, that is one I do not shake my opinion on it. You will not change my mind. Because when I watch a film and I develop my opinion about it, I am right. And that is something I am so stubborn about. So yeah, I went to war with him.
Yeah.
Kept asking, what's the story? Not a strong story, but here's the story. And then he says again, but what's the story? Just told you, man. I just told you.
Bro.
I went into Mortal Kombat expecting Mortal Kombat. Oh, you fucking got it.
Yeah.
You got it. They're ripping each other's heads off and fatalities. They're turning to the camera and going, fatality. I'm rolling my eyes, but it's wonderful. So
He thought his issue was it wasn't at a tournament.
Yeah, I've heard a bunch of people complain about that, but I do think they're setting it up for a sequel.
I hope they do it for the sequel because the sequel, I mean, guys, just go in there with no expectations. Go to have a good time with your friends. If you like action and gore and bloody fights, this is going to be entertaining for you. Mm-hmm. If you're going into it for Schindler's List, quality storytelling and acting, hey, you're not going to enjoy the movie. Okay? Yeah. It's like going to a sushi restaurant and going, "You guys don't have pizza?"
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we don't have pizza. Disappointed. Yeah? What are we? How are we doing on time?
We got until the next break, 7 minutes.
Awesome. Hey, overall, kudos to everybody involved in Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Congratulations. You guys went above and beyond my expectations from the originals in the 90s. And, I'm just glad it wasn't a hunk of crap.
Yeah.
And all the reviews that were, like, bashing it. And I'm like, hey, don't listen to those people. Seriously, from now on, don't listen to any reviews on any film until you go see it. And the best way to enjoy most films is to go in there with zero expectations. That doesn't mean you're going to love every single movie, but that also means that if you're going to take the movie for what it is for the most part, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah.
You a Rotten Tomatoes kind of guy?
No.
Me neither.
No.
I love IMDb.
Because I'm not an IMDb guy either.
You're not an IMDb guy?
No.
See, I love IMDb because it's just normal people leaving like reviews. It's just people leaving a review. And I'm like, that's what I want. I don't want to hear a film critic tell me what he thought of the film. I just want to hear what a normal audience goer thought of the film.
Yeah, that's so interesting, too, the idea of film critics and TV critics. Mm-hmm. And it's such a touchy subject for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because you don't necessarily have to know how films are made or be able to make a good film to be a good film critic. In all honesty, you don't. Mm-hmm. But there's so many bad critics who don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
That it's like, hey, man, you need to shut up because you don't even know the basics of storytelling.
Yeah.
I heard a guy talk about, he was reviewing a friend's film. Friend's film. And I'll tell you who it is, Jasmine's film.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's what I would say to him. All his critiques in the video, and I'm not just saying this because Jasmine's my friend or whatever, because I'm not that type of person just to give out a compliment. I actually haven't seen her film. I have not. Mm-hmm. But my issue is not that he was giving her bad critiques. It was the way he was giving the bad critique and what he was saying. He's like, oh, I just didn't like the story. I just didn't like this. I didn't like this. I didn't like... Hey, you're not a film... That's not critiquing something. Mm-hmm. You're not giving reasons. You're not being very detailed on why you didn't like it. You're just saying you didn't like it. Hey, no offense to the guy, but why should I care what you like and what you dislike?
Right.
You're not a filmmaker. You're not a big-time actor. You're not like an esteemed artist of any sort. So why should I care what you like or dislike?
Yeah.
And if you were any of those things, you would be giving explanations on why you didn't like something.
Right. It presses me when people do that. Because you can not like something but still like say like it's good. Like I have the respect for that. Like
Right.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla for me. I look at that game and I go, "Oh, I am not going to enjoy that. That is not a game for me." But it deserves the praise it's getting because that world, that like the story, the combat and everything, like yeah, I see why people like that.
Yeah. I think what separates a good critic from a great critic, and this goes beyond film, this goes to like food critic, TV, any type of artistic critic critiquing creations, is when you widen your awareness to go, I'll give you an example, to say something like this. Okay. I thought the mother-daughter relationship in this film was okay. I understand that that was enough for some people to see that they had a strong relationship, but I think adding one or two more scenes or situations in which built that relationship more would have made me cared more whenever they had to split at the end or whenever they were, torn apart, because I felt like I didn't care for them enough. Me personally on this moment. So now he's acknowledging other people's, okay, like they might have liked that, but for me, I wanted more out of this because of these reasons, because I felt like this scene only showed one dimension of a relationship.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to see more dimension. See now how I just explained to you so many different more facets for
Yeah.
it and acknowledged the other side. Then that's somebody, if I hear somebody else say that, I go, oh, this person's awareness is so much greater than their own little world. So, okay, he might have different perspectives on things that I can agree with or maybe disagree with.
Right.
But he's acknowledging them at least.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll listen to him more. That's what separates a good critique person.
A critique person.
Good critique person. So I don't know. That's just my opinion about people like that. And food critics, and Yelpers who go, they give a place a 1-star review. I was waiting for so long. They wouldn't change this on the menu. And it's like,
why would they change it?
Why would, there's so many different holes. There's holes.
Yeah.
Rather than somebody who goes, the burger was cooked, medium rare. I asked it for medium rare. It was seasoned very well. The arugula really paired well with the caramelized onions. I wish it had more sauce though. It didn't come with a sauce. I felt like it needed that to balance it out.
Yeah.
That's somebody I'm like, oh, they are paying really good attention to certain details. Again, dynamicness to their critiques. Yeah, just because somebody says, I don't like this story, I don't like this, I don't like this. Oh, well, okay. I don't like pistachio ice cream. Bye. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about pistachio ice cream.
Pistachio.
We'll be right back. So what do you want to tell me?
Oh, yeah. You made me think about with food critics and
Okay.
everything. I found you in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
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 You had your long hair and everything. You were sporting a nice red black suit kind of combo. Who were those people at the table with you? Do you remember?
Yeah. They were very nice people.
Okay.
Yeah, they were very nice people. No, they were. They're great people.
I had to jump through hurdles to find you, though. Not really. It took me 5 minutes.
What's cool is everybody during that episode of Hell's Kitchen. Do you remember what episode?
No,
Season? That's
I
okay.
already forgot again.
So everybody at the table got their food except for me.
Right.
And they're like, sorry, they kept messing up on yours. And I was like, okay. So I waited,
Yeah.
and then I hear Ramsey yelling at them, and he tells them to everybody to get out. And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, it does a zoom up on you, and you go, oh, no. And I was like, there he is. There he is. I found him.
That was my salmon that she messed up
Yeah.
on. Yeah. And so I was like, well, I'm not eating. And then Ramsey cooked my salmon.
Yeah. Camera crew was loving you. They're like, this guy doesn't have his food. And they're all around you. And it's you going no, please, start eating. Camera crew was like, yeah, it's good.
They were trying to get me to say things.
I figure.
And I was like, because I know how everything works.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fuck no. You think
Yeah.
I'm going to be rude? And
Yeah.
people think I'm the rude guy?
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm not.
That's something I've been joking about because me and Mads are almost done with a season of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
And just every time the customers are talking about, I'm just imagining what the guy behind the camera is asking to try to push. Because what people are saying when they're eating, it's not natural at all. People don't just out loud go oh my goodness, this is so good. This is so good. People just don't do that. Somebody's back there going how's your meal? Camera up in your face.
Yeah. That's exactly how it is. And
Yeah.
you have to understand with these reality TV shows, they're trying to get the most extreme reactions because that's what they want. That's what's enticing on camera. So, it was a very interesting thing, but it was cool. He cooked my meal. The veggies were cooked by his sous chef, and she's really nice, but it was so under-seasoned. But I got my food. I was like, I'm not going to complain about this. There was no salt or pepper on my veggies, and I was like,
Okay.
I'm not going to eat it. Be quiet. The salmon was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome having my meal cooked by him.
So let me ask you this. I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw anything at all. What are they doing in that kitchen to just up the pressure, make people panic? Just because they bring in people that have worked in kitchens before. This is not the first time they have worked on the line like this. Most of them. Like, most of them have come from restaurants and everything. Is there no AC in there? What is causing them to, like, freak out as much as they are? This is so interesting.
I'll explain to you why.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself in a lot of these people's shoes.
Yeah.
And for the common person, you would think that somebody who wants to be on this show, they would have done their homework, they would have had a heavy experience working in restaurants, they would have understood that, okay, I got to bring my A game, I got to pay attention, I got to focus. A lot of these people they bring in are not like that. When you said, some of these people have, like, a lot of these people have experience working on the line, etc. No, sir. Not the line.
I know.
That a lot of professional kitchens are experiencing. Also, personality stuff. This is the first time, in all honesty, I think a lot of these people who come on these shows have experienced, okay, game time, here's the pressure, we're in a competition. And so that starts playing with your head. It's like the first time you go into a producer session for a big role. And if you're not used to that, and if you haven't been practicing.
Right. And see, that's the thing where, like, in my head, I'm like, dude, if I was about to go on Hell's Kitchen, I'm a chef, all right? Yeah. I am practicing my risotto. I am practicing my scallops. I am practicing my Wellington. He's got his formula. And I'm like, you guys aren't coming on this show mastering the art of scallops, risotto, fucking Caesar salad, how to dress a Caesar salad, which is the most difficult thing in the world for some people. Apparently, he'll just pick it up and squeeze it, and all this dressing comes out, and it's like, are you fucking serious?
Alexandra, the producer on the show, she talks about the exact same you said. She said, if I was on, like, MasterChef or Hell's Kitchen or one of these shows, I would be practicing all the same things you said. Yeah. And then also, I told her, oh, you know what would be a good idea? Have somebody come in and move all your utensils into different places, like where you're used to it being, because that's muscle memory. Yeah. So when you get into this new place, you don't know where they're putting this or this or this. So train your brain to have, it could be anywhere, and you can train your brain to memorize locations quicker.
Do you think there's producer? Sorry to interrupt. Do you think there's producer sabotage on the show at all? No. Okay. Because so many times they'll just be like, where did it go? And it's like, what do you mean, where did it go? How do you lose your fish? Like,
they're idiots. I'm telling you, they're idiots sometimes.
But I mean, we're like where we are in the season, it's black jackets. And this stuff is still happening.
Bro.
And it's like, we're down to the people that are like, this is their career. We've gotten, because it has come out, it is 50-50. Gordon Ramsay has said it himself. They cast 50% of the people based on personality and 50% of the people based on skill. Because in the end, it's a show. They want it to be entertaining. I get it. All right? But now that we've gotten rid of the circus, what is going on with these people? I don't know.
I don't know either. And... well, I do know. It's like you said, like like I said, the pressure gets to them, man. You could have an actor who is super talented, works on their stuff, and it's still nerve-wracking if they're going into a testing scenario.
Yeah.
Which is what it is, man. The pressure. It's just there are people who know how to deal with it, who understand it, and there are people who are not used to dealing with it and who can't handle it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And I saw. It's so interesting watching people shut down.
Yes.
Not talk, and they're just like...
Yes. One of the black jacket people, she was the first person to get her black jacket. Screwed up on fish. Something boiled and, like, popped over. She just threw her jacket off and left.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, people have screwed up way worse than you. What made you snap like this and just quit?
Whenever I see people do that in the show, and they come back, and they don't get kicked off, that bothers me.
Yeah.
because of the number of people who would have loved to be in their shoes and they're being so entitled
Yeah.
in that moment, or like, a lot of times when they quit or whatever, it's like, if somebody walked out of the kitchen and I was like, bro, bye.
Yeah.
And this is a competition? Oh, and if let's say I'm their teammate and they walked out, I'd be like, oh, this guy quit. He's going to quit again probably.
Yeah.
No, I don't trust you, man. This is a competition. We're aiming for a head chef position and $250,000 salary. I'm not trusting you. Bye.
Yeah.
Give me a break, dude. Anyway, it is reality TV shows, so obviously they're not casting the best of the best. I have been watching.
2 seconds. Somebody forgot to click the timer. Who would do that?
Oh, I thought you stopped. Didn't record.
No. Somebody didn't. I just needed to see where we were. All good. Keep going.
Yeah, man, it's been really fun. I've been watching the last season of MasterChef as well.
I haven't started MasterChef.
And it's been 10 seasons.
Yeah.
Okay? And there are still people on there who are like, oh, I've never made this. What?
Hey.
You didn't think that they would ask you to make this on the 10th season of the show? It's been a decade. And then some people are like, I haven't seen the past seasons or something. I'm like, what are you doing on the show then?
Yeah.
What are you doing on the show?
Right.
That bothers me so much.
That bothers me too.
Freaking ridiculous, dude.
Meanwhile, I'm critiquing these people, and I wouldn't survive 2 seconds on that show.
Yeah, but you're not auditioning to be a freaking chef.
No, I know.
No, I'm critiquing them because they want to do that.
Right.
And so you want to do that. You think you deserve that, and you
Yeah.
don't know how to do basic things. Yeah, go fuck yourself. For real? Go fuck yourself. You're an entitled person who thinks that they're better than everybody, and now because of the way the show works, they think they're actually good enough to do that. When in reality, they're there just for people for us to comment on like this and get a reaction off.
Yeah.
I pulled the curtain. I pulled the curtain so you can see the man behind the curtain.
Who is the man behind the curtain?
It's a mirror. It's yourself.
Oh, shit.
So deep.
Deep. You should write a movie about that.
No.
Okay.
How's your Coke?
What is your obsession with my Coke?
I don't know, man.
It's good.
How are you healthy?
That's where this is going.
Yeah.
You sound like my old roommate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, where were you in yoga?
When?
Did you go this week?
No.
Oh, I thought you were coming every week.
I was going to come that Thursday,
Okay.
like I said I was going to, but I forgot that's the Thursday I got vaxxed.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But no, I was thinking about coming Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah.
How is the Disneyland? You went there?
We went to the Disneyland. They nailed their opening. They did. And like, I know people are going to be like, what are you talking about? This is the time to go. We got on all the rides so quick.
Yeah.
They have it down. Everybody's socially distanced. Even when because they're not filling up all of the rides. See, we're still getting on the rides and like I think the longest we waited to get on a ride was 30 minutes.
Oh, that's really great for
That's
Disneyland.
really good. And this was opening day of Disney, so like everybody was there.
Wow.
Everybody was there. They had all the employees were on Main Street. We're all walking in. They're all waving and saying welcome back. They have giant Mickey hands and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
It was great. People were crying.
What?
Dude, people go hard on Disney. Like,
Wait, what? I'm sorry. What?
did you not? There are people.
Yeah.
This is what they live and breathe. Me and Mads are not those kind of people. We just like theme parks in general. Like, that's just something, like, we like to go to Knott's Berry Farm. We like to go to Universal. It's just something we mutually enjoy going to do. But there are people who would die for Mickey Mouse. And, like, they are weeping tears of happiness walking down Main Street. Like,
You're kidding me. Right?
I'm not joking.
They're crying?
They are crying. They are ugly crying. They are so happy to be back.
Bro. Hey, if you're a listener of the show, this is not a bit.
Yeah.
If you're a listener of the show, and if you went to Disneyland recently and cried in the streets because you were so happy to be back at Disneyland,
Yeah.
don't listen to this show anymore. This is not the show for you.
Yeah.
And I'm being serious right now.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, that is just...
They were crying?
They were weeping. They weren't crying. They were weeping.
Hey, what happens if something really bad happened to these people? What do you do then? You've already cried at Disneyland for reopening. What's the next step?
I don't know. I cried at Disney World when I was 5.
You're 5.
Yeah. That's a story I got to tell you about here in a
we go.
second. I know I'm changing topics, but
That's okay.
Do you know who Michael Eisner is?
No.
Okay. He was the CEO of Disney from like 90 to like 05
Okay.
or something like that. And when I was a kid, I only remember like 3 things from my trip to Disney World. By the way, if you are a parent, do not bring your kid to Disney World unless they are over the age of like 7. They will not remember anything.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything except for Tower of Terror. Fucking loved it. And then this other ride called Alien Encounter.
Yeah.
Which no longer exists because it was deemed too scary for kids. Oh, imagine that. Kid who cried on Alien Encounter. They went, for some reason, so fucking rated R hard on this Disneyland ride. It was originally supposed to be like an alien, like Sigourney Weaver alien themed attraction. And it's one of those like attractions where like you're sitting down and an alien breaks out and you can feel it like crawling under your feet. And then it, like at the end, you see the alien and it's like big and it's scary. Lights are flashing. It's screaming. And I scream and cry. And they shut down the ride like after a year because of kids like me who got on that ride and were traumatized.
Wow.
From what they've just seen.
Okay.
There's video of it on YouTube. And, like, I look at it now, and obviously I don't find it scary now, but they shut it down. They transferred it into a Lilo and Stitch attraction because they're like, that's more kid-friendly and everything. But, man, fuck that ride.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
I don't know. I wonder if there's a YouTube video I could see what it looks
There
like.
is. Okay. Yeah. There's video of people. And, I mean, 90% of it is pitch black and sounds. It's one of those things, you're sitting in chairs like in a circle and there's like a containment center in the middle and the alien breaks out and like runs around the auditorium.
Yeah. So when I went to Japan with the guys, we went to this virtual reality theme park.
Right.
And one of the things we went on was a scary experience thing.
Yeah.
And it was, you walked into this one room that set you up for a seance in this other room.
Mm-hmm.
And when you sat in the room in the seance, there was a family with a kid.
Yeah.
And the lights went out.
You've told me about this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then during the thing, like, things will brush up against you, and then lights in, and then a ghost will come out, and then it's still dark, and then the chairs shake, everything. This poor kid
Yeah.
was screaming.
Yeah.
And his parents were trying to calm him down, but they were laughing a little bit at the same time, too. Bad parents. And then we weren't making the situation better.
Were you guys laughing too?
Bro.
Or were you encouraging the scares?
We were screaming our heads off.
Oh, you guys are so mean.
Bro. Isaiah was screaming his lungs out.
Oh, my God. Isn't Isaiah about to be a dad? Oh, gonna be a good dad.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm so excited for when his kid is able to talk and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've got plans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to it in an accent every single day. So when it's like 14, it thinks I have an accent.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna drop the accent at 14 when it's 14 years old. Her, when she's 14 years old, she's like, wait a minute, he doesn't have an accent?
How long have you been planning this?
While. Thought I saw a bird just fly up into our room.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, this is the kind of place where I feel like birds would perch
Yeah.
on the side.
this has been a very chill episode, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. Are we done?
We got to say bye to Adobe. I don't know if...
We'll say goodbye to Adobe.
Say bye to Adobe.
Hey, thank you to all. Oh, by the way, new subscribers to the YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Always, and also give us a follow on Instagram at Wesam's World as well. Yeah, you know what? This was great, Peyton. It was nice catching up with you. As always, it's always fun to just chat.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you, Adobe Radio, Nice Guy Digital. Thank you to Peyton. Thank you to Alexandra. Thank you to all of our new followers. We got some great guests coming up. Somebody I'm really excited about coming on the show next week. Super stoked for that. And
I don't know who it is, so... Yeah. I haven't looked at the calendar.
Gotcha.
I'm sure it's great.
Great. Yeah, thank you to all of our new listeners. Always remember to listen, think, and then talk. Bye.